Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you along on a road trip. We're going to be catching the number 1 Northwest line, and the reason for this road trip is to attend the opening day of Simon's at Yorkdale Mall. Keep watching as I'm going to do a bit of back to school shopping later on as well. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know how sad I was when the bay closed down. You can only imagine how thrilled I was when I found out that Simon's was going to be opening up a department store at Yorkdale Mall. And Yorkdale Mall positions itself as a luxury mall, and it's in North York, about a 30-minute train ride from Toronto. When you get off the train at Yorkdale Station, be sure to exit out of the north doors because that will take you to a covered walkway that leads right into the mall. So there you can see Simon's, which is occupying the old Nordstrom spot. For my viewers who are outside of Canada, Simon's is a Quebecois department store, and to avoid any confusion, I'm going to stick with English pronunciations as much as possible. So I was so impressed when I stepped inside of the store. I haven't actually been in a Simon's department store in many years. The last time was when I was in Montreal a long time ago on a business trip. I was so pleased to see French brands being represented in the store, such as Bleu Forêt, which is a very well-known high-quality hosiery brand. When the bay closed down, I have to admit I did buy a stack of pantyhose because I just could not figure out where I was going to go to get something as simple as good quality socks and pantyhose for work. I found the merchandise to be very carefully curated and edited. Simon's has a number of house brands. Twig, for example, caters for a younger demographic. I was really impressed by the ambience of what I call approachable luxury, and there were sales staff walking around with some of the merchandise on silver platters. And what I mean by approachable luxury is that there's a variety of price points. So there's a price point that is reasonably affordable and attainable, but if you're in the market for luxury items, they are also available as well. And as you can see here, there was a really good selection of housewares, from table linens to glassware. This Simon's store only covers 2 floors, so it's not a very big footprint. Maison Simon's, their housewares department, is up on the 2nd floor. If you're in the market for large items for your home, such as furniture, then you'll have to go on their website in order to order it. I was so surprised to come across the Halloween display in the store. Toronto has suffered from heat wave after heat wave all summer long, so at this point I can't even envisage fall. I was even more surprised to come across the Christmas display, so snow and ice is the furthest thing from my mind right now. Overall, I'm so impressed with Simon's, and I can't wait for its sister store to open up in Eaton Centre in downtown Toronto. Another reason why I was looking forward to coming to Yorkdale Mall is because it has stores like Williams-Sonoma, which left the downtown area a while ago, so let's go in and take a look around. I was so sad when Williams-Sonoma left the downtown area. Even though I have a very small kitchen with hardly any counter space and even less storage, I always loved popping in and just browsing. Let me know in the comments if you like going into kitchenware stores as well and looking at all the beautiful kitchen appliances, pots, pans, and dishes. Williams-Sonoma has really gorgeous table linens, and I really love browsing their food section as well. Their cake mixes are so wonderful and delicious. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried anything from the Williams-Sonoma food department. Next, I'm going to take you to Uniqlo. There is a Uniqlo in downtown Toronto, but I don't think I've ever actually taken you into the store. So Uniqlo is known for its neutral minimalist aesthetic similar to Muji, and it's really popular with the student crowd. It's really well known for its puffer jackets. As you see here, they're supposed to be very insulating and warm, yet lightweight, and you can scrunch them up into a little ball. Next, I'm going to take you to another houseware store, which is Crate and Barrel. And there is no Crate and Barrel in the downtown area, so I'm just so excited to be able to take you along, and so let's go in and check it out. Years ago, I used to drive across the Ambassador Bridge across the border into Detroit, Michigan in order to check out the Crate and Barrel store there. So I was just so thrilled when they came to Ontario. It's actually a little astonishing and a little bit overwhelming to look at the wall of kitchen appliances, because I know that there's just no way I'd be able to fit any of that into my kitchen, but one can only dream. So this Crate and Barrel is quite large. It has 2 floors, and all the furniture is on the second floor. I really like the Crate and Barrel aesthetic, but I think the scale of the furnishings would be too much for my small home. Next, I visited the Lego store. Even if you're not a child, the Lego store is still worth a visit. The model sets on display were really awe-inspiring. If you're visiting Toronto and you want a taste of the suburbs and a large-scale North American-style mall, then a trip on the train to Yorkdale Mall is definitely a worthwhile thing to do. There's lots of restaurants in the mall, so you can make a day of it. Next, I'm going to take you into Pottery Barn, and Pottery Barn was another store that left the downtown area some time ago, so I'm just so excited to go in and take a look around. And this particular Pottery Barn is spread out over 3 floors. I believe the top floor has bedding and bed linens, and there's office furniture on the second floor, which you can see here. There's always so much inspo in Pottery Barn. Let me know your thoughts on their aesthetic. Now I'm back home and I wanted to show you what I picked up at Simon's. I purchased 2 100% merino wool cardigans. I'm really pleased with them as they are in my favorite colors. I'm so pleased to be able to support a Canadian business. I noticed that many of the managers walking around the store were chatting to each other in French, and I also noticed many of the customers speaking in French as well. I'm really looking forward to wearing them this autumn. So now I thought I'd check out my local Chapters Indigo store, which is a book and lifestyle gift store, to see what sort of back-to-school items they have to offer. I was so excited to see that they now carry Rolife, as I've been following them online for some time now. Rolife specializes in DIY dollhouse miniature model sets. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in dollhouses or building miniatures. So I was so excited to be able to look at the model sets that were on display. I also noticed that Chapters was selling blind box collectibles. I can definitely assure you that I have not yet succumbed to Miffy, Labubu, or any other blind box collectible right now. Next, I wanted to take you to my local grocery store because I noticed they'd put out displays for back to school. This grocery store used to have an aisle dedicated to school and office supplies, but then they got rid of it. So I thought it would be worth a look just to check out their display. Even if you're not a student and you're not going back to school in September, I still think it's worthwhile to check out the back to school inventory simply because a lot of it is quite useful if, for example, you have a home office or you're needing inspiration for packing your lunches for work. It's always fun to take a look at the seasonal inventory at the grocery store. As the term suggests, they bring in inventory according to the season and it's there for a while and then it just disappears. There's a little bit of a random element to it. I find, for example, these miniature Lego sets really have nothing to do with back to school as far as I can tell, but it's still really fun to look at. Luckily, after walking around the store, I was able to find thermoses, travel mugs, and lunch boxes that were appropriate for taking to the workplace. I was so sad when Bed Bath & Beyond closed down, so it's such a relief to find a really good selection of thermoses, lunch boxes, as well as other food storage containers at my local grocery store. I even noticed a pretty convincing dupe of the viral Stanley Cup on the shelf. So now let's head back home so I can show you what I picked up. I couldn't resist this Miffy pencil case. As well, I picked up a fun sandwich cutter and a couple of ice packs. After my last trip, I realized that my toiletries case needed to be replaced because the stitching had come loose, so I figured that the Miffy pencil case would be able to double as a toiletries case, as the pen and pencil loops also fit my makeup brushes. And I got the ice packs because where I work does not have any aircon, so when the hot weather hits, it's like an oven. So I was hopeful that the ice packs would help to keep my lunch cool. And the sandwich cutter is to help me find some inspiration and fun when I'm packing my lunches. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want to come along with me to the opening of the Simon store at Eaton Center this fall. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell. It really helps my channel.